Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode here at Tribal Trades, the altcoin show coming at you daily. Well, 6 days a week, that's close enough for me. And then we got the stock show tomorrow, Sunday. It'll be my second stock show, and we'll see how the stocks, the trades that we're doing and the entries that we have, we're going to see how some of those stocks perform that are on my cheat sheet. So we're going to have an update there. Hey, listen, if you haven't smashed the like, please do so. That helps get this channel out to more people and helps support the channel. And obviously, love all the comments and questions. Keep it coming, and I look to get back to those questions as soon as I am able to. And wherever you are tuning in from around the world, I should say, thank you for joining us today. And we're going to jump into the news, and then we're going to go over the coins that we have been swing trading. Now, remember, I am going to do an altcoin show, especially just dedicated to all the requests. So if you have some altcoin requests, put them in the description below or hit me up in the Discord and make mention of them there. And I am collating a list for that, and then we'll go over all these altcoins. Today, we are just going to go over the altcoins that we have been swing trading and see how some of those are performing and whether some of those are still buys or some of those are sells. As you know, Tau has been a killer trade. We got in at 225, or some of you may have gone a little bit later. I kept urging people it was a buy at 265, it was a buy at 275. And if you rode that puppy up to almost 330, and you have been in some great profits there. We'll also talk about the Blub trade as well. But let's jump into current kind of seems to be all the talk and the star of the show, Sui. And certainly that hit one of our sell targets on the swing trade. And I did a take profit video just the other day. Check that out. And I teach how and when to take profits. Okay, the daily number of accounts in Sui is up to 1.63 million. And that's a 310% increase from August low of 390,000 daily active accounts. Resistance is futile. Sui network is undeniable, according to Joshua there. Thanks for that post there. Love that data. Love those stats. Keep it coming. Also, we got the Sui Play is coming out. This is a handheld Web3 gaming console. This could be an absolute game changer. I see what happens when that comes out, how much that really does influence the market, but certainly a first of its kind blockchain-based gaming system handheld that could be pretty awesome. Let's see how that shakes out, and that could be big for any of the games that are built on Sui. And I'm not sure if other games that aren't on the Sui blockchain are going to be available on that. Well, some of these play to earn games, etc., could make a big difference in the space. But also, I think here is Sui has a new app that will actually be mainstream. It's an Uber for 3D printing. Current users include Google, John Deere, NASA, Harvard, the US Navy, and Air Force. They're all being onboarded to Sui now through 3DOs. Mega bullish. I haven't done a deep dive into that, but that sounds fairly bullish. And the fact that the Sui price is still sitting at $1, down from a $2.10 all-time high, that's still, I feel, a good buying opportunity to get in on the Sui. We'll look at the Sui chart in a little bit. Now, Blub holders have reached 18,500 holders, and I'm one of them still, okay? And so if I do take profits, I'm not selling out of the position. I do encourage people to take profits. You can't be just bragging about 400, 500% gains just to see it all whittle away. At least take your original capital off the table as profit, and then it's just house money, left to run. Okay, profits aren't profits until you've actually taken them. You can be up, but lock those in. Sui fam, we need your support. Currently, Blub is ranked 10th. Would appreciate all the support from you. I believe ranked 10th is on the coin market cap. I'm going to put this link below in the description. If you click on there and vote for Blub, I think it's around 10th or 11th place. You can get it higher up on coin market cap. That will help give the coin more visibility and could lead to price appreciation on Blub as more people find out about this meme coin on the Sui network, the number one meme coin, which could possibly be, this could end up being the number one blockchain here right now. We'll see what shakes out in the future, but I'm willing to bet on some Blub there. Okay, also we have the Blub trade, as well, just so you know. I did talk yesterday in the Discord about a possible area for pullback to accumulate some more around. I picked up some more at 51, but around that 51, 52 area down to 48, just somewhere in there, 48 to 52. And then if it does drop further to the downside, I'll be picking up some more blub at around 38 to 42. Obviously, with all those zeros in front of it, you can work it out. You're smart people. But here you can see in just 5 days, blub has skyrocketed nearly 600%, reaching a 27 million market cap. Remember, I got in at 5 million market cap, and I gave the trade on Discord at the 5 million market cap. If you got in the trade at the same time that I did, you're up huge on SUI. Make sure you take some profits, or hopefully you took some profits when it pumped up to 80 there. And you can see that you can actually earn some pretty good APR on Turbo's Finance, 591% APR and 269% APR. I am going to put out a video on how to utilize that via using the SUI wallet. And so you have the SUI wallet, and then you would go to the app section and Turbos or Cetus. You can actually, on Cetus, you can actually also set limit orders. So those of you are asking, oh, how do I want to buy Blub at a certain price or this other meme coin at a certain price, you can actually set up buy limit orders. Otherwise, I use the Hop for just manually spot buying and spot selling. I use the Hop app. Again, go to the SUI wallet, click on apps, go to Hop. There you can buy and sell. Or if you want to set limit orders, you go to Cetus. That's also in the app section. Or if you want to stake your Blub and SUI together on Cetus, you can get 269% or 591% on Turbo. But I think that has come down because remember, the more people that go into these staking pools, the percentage does go down. When I entered it, it was at 800%. But I told you all to enter it. You all jumped in and it's dropped down to 591%, which is a huge amount, by the way. So I'm not upset about that at all. I want to win, but I want us all to win on this channel. That's my goal for you, is financial freedom, and helping you get there is my passion and my goal. Okay, so I sold my ETH at 3,500, and I did tell people, hey, listen, I'm getting out. This is why. If you followed that and you also got out, you're fortunate. However, people are still abandoning the chain. You can see a massive amount of liquidity is going out from ETH into Solana and into SUI and into other chains. And speaking of ETH, sadly, someone check on Ethereum, because and I shared this chart. It was yesterday on the Discord, and I asked people, what was the chart? It was just a straight down, trying to catch a falling knife here. And it's come down from 22% all the way down to 14%. I think eventually it will continue to move down to about 9 or 10%. And of course, I think it possibly in the future goes even lower than that. Ethereum, certainly I do think Ethereum can go and do a 2 or 3x in this bull cycle, maybe even a 4x to get to that $10,000 mark, but it's going to need to go over $1 trillion to get to $10,000. It'll probably need to get to about 1.25 trillion. And just letting you know, Bitcoin itself is at about $1 trillion market cap. So I am still on Ethereum swing trade, so I do still want it to do well. Otherwise, I am going to exit that position and just cut it at a loss and put that swing trade into something else. Okay. Now with Empire, that free airdrop is coming up soon. So the way that I understand, I haven't done it yet, you can mint some NFTs and use your tokens, and then you can trade those. Real-time trading is happening on Get Gems, and I haven't done it yet, and I am going to probably look into it. And so you can actually, there's a video guide there on how to create a wallet, mint, sell, and buy NFT vouchers. I'm not sure if that video also tells you how to trade it on Get Gems, but certainly this weekend I will be looking into that, and I will update in the Discord. So check all that out, do your own research on that. And just finishing up before we look at the charts, we've also got the TON Station, very bullish on this one. The earnings season is upon us, over 20 clickers in the list to list this fall. So these are the airdrops that are coming up here. And so I'm part of, I think I'm in Catizen, although I've barely done anything on that. I didn't really understand it or like it, to be honest. Sorry for those. I'm going to get some kind of an airdrop. Who knows, on September 20th. I'm not sure if I've connected my wallet. I'm going to need to do that. Okay, these are all the airdrops that I'm currently in. I like some of them. I'm not a big fan of Blum. The ones that, if you're going to do them, I like Blue. Blue seems to be pretty solid. This is Blue on base, on the base chain, by the way. My 6-year-old kid, and not me, of course, loves Drift. And so the Drift game, this is probably the most fun one out of them for me anyway. Oh, sorry, for my 6-year-old, that's the most fun one for him. I'm in the X Empire one. Goal, not really sure. I tried it. I just do these in my dead time, and sometimes I don't get to visiting them all daily. But the ones that I found myself going to daily, I'm going to let you know, are Blue number 1, Drift Party number 2, not in any particular order, X Empire, Hamster Kombat, Hippo, and Station and Whale. Admittedly, I go into POTUS, Hippogame, Hexacore, and Goal. So the Ton Station is the one that I was just talking about here. And Ton Station is great because it connects you to more listings here. So it shows you all the other ones that are coming up here. Rocky Rabbit, Tom Clicker, I'm not in those. Tap Coins, Monkey, Grand Dragon, Booms, memecoin. Blum is coming up September, October. Musk Empire is coming up. So it actually can connect you to these airdrops on the Ton chain. Let's see how much we end up getting through all these different airdrops. And I'm not going to base it. If Hamster Kombat comes out and I don't get a very big airdrop, it's not going to stop me from going in on all the others. I'm going to get in and then I'm going to take an average over and have a look and say, okay, at the end of the season, whenever this happens, how much money did we make? Okay, so let's look at the charts quickly. Arweave is one of our trades. It is still in the buy zone. It's still in the accumulation zone. There's entries here at around $19.91. So if you want to get on Arweave, this is a trade you can take right now. And certainly there could be some resistance there at the 50-day moving average and at the 200 EMA. But once we break above that, we are gone. And then we look at taking profits up around that $28 region up there. Okay, so for Arweave, Banana, yes, this is still a buy. Look, and for me, if you're wanting to get on these coins, this is still a buy. It's above the 200 EMA on the daily. We've seen this before. On other charts, what ends up happening? It comes up, hitting the 50-day moving average. You might get another buy here. We've broken above the trend line as well, and then it just comes up above here like Bitcoin has, down, retest, and hopefully it takes off there. This is a buy. It's been a buy, and you've been able to get in this coin now since the 4th of September. You've had an entire month to accumulate this coin. I'm going to come on this channel in a month's time, and if there are people still asking me, oh, is it too late to get in Banana? I'm going to be asking you that daily on this channel. I was telling people this is accumulation. It's a buy right now. We look like we have a possible inverse head and shoulders. There's the left shoulder. There's the head. There's a right shoulder. Breakout, take the trade. This is a live trade right now. You can take this trade and ride this up for Banana right now. I gave this yesterday, Tau trade. That took off. This is a live trade on Banana right now as well. One of the other trades that we're taking, I did tell you that Helium was not a buy up at $8. Okay, was not a buy at $8. I did say I had a dollar cost entry at $7.70, but I wasn't going to add any more here because I felt that it was going to come down. Look at all these long wickings, and so we could see this further come down to the $7.15, $7 region. I would look to maybe add, but we could also be forming a head and shoulders pattern here as well. So for H&T right now, if you didn't have any H&T and you wanted to add some H&T for your hodl bag, certainly $7.50. And here's the deal. These are aggressive entries, okay? If you don't have any H&T, would I buy some here? Absolutely. I would buy some H&T if I didn't have any, but I would only probably put a fifth of my buy order here because I do have a feeling that we are going to come down and retest, maybe even come down to this 50-day moving average sitting around here. Could drop a full dollar from here for H&T. We may not. We might find support here, go sideways, and then take off, and that's why I like these aggressive entries just in case. And remember when I covered Ton Chain all the way back in May, and we had those aggressive entries at $6.70, and that was the only entry it hit, and then we were able to ride it all the way up to $8.30 and take profit. And then obviously it's come down since then, but that just shows you the aggressive entry sometimes can pay off. In this case so far, it did. We came down and caught an aggressive entry up here. It popped up to $8.35, so you could have taken profit there and then come down, and certainly is in a little bit of a accumulation zone, but I wouldn't be looking to swing trade this coin at the moment. If I was looking at swing trading or day trading, H&T is not going to be there, but just certainly for hodl could be an aggressive entry there. Okay, for Casper, are we in the buy zone? We're kind of just creeping out of it now, to be honest. And I think, again, you've had all this time I've been telling you to accumulate Casper since this down at these prices down here. Certainly, we're coming into some resistance here, but certainly so where would I take the Casper trade? Well, I told you yesterday where I would take the Casper trade, and it would be on a retest of the 50-day moving average. So we've broken through the 50-day moving average, and we needed a successful retest. So we did not. We retested it, and we broke below it. We broke above it. So if we get a retest here at about 16.8 cents, a retest here, a successful retest, and then move up from here, that can be an entry on the retest. You can have a stop loss placed below there somewhere, maybe down at about 16.1. You could put the stop loss, or even a less aggressive one, you could put it at around 16 cents or 15.9 cents there. If we lose that level, then obviously, but certainly you could take this low here, which is 16.375. You could put your stop loss under that as well, because technically we'd be creating a lower low on the 4 hour. So that would be the most aggressive stop loss, in my opinion. There is this candle here. So this is a good Casper trade. Come down, hit this, enter the trade, off to the races, or if we break down, have a stop loss there in place. That's the Casper trade. The render trade, I'm telling you that this was an entry, and we'll go back to the daily here and check this out. And so what have we got for render? Of course, what I said was we had low, a higher low, and even a higher low here. And what have we got? We've got similar situation to Casper now. Let's look at this on the 4 hour time frame. And we're looking for a retest of the 50-day moving average. And there's been some fail. So people are getting stopped. This is pretty choppy. So just be careful here, because it looks like there's a lot of people going long on render and getting stopped out. And so I would be looking maybe at this 200 EMA on the 4 hour. We've got a successful break. We're going to get a retest here. So there's an aggressive entry here at about $5.19. And if it pushes through, then you can obviously take profits to the upside. Otherwise, a less aggressive entry is a retest a little bit lower of the 50-day moving average, around about $5.12 currently, and could put a stop loss, aggressive stop loss at about $5, just under this $5.08, so around $5.07, or under this candle here, which is $4.98. So you'd probably put it around $4.97, $4.95, just under that candle, because then we'd be creating a lower low on the 4 hour if we were to lose this candle here. So there is a couple of trade setups that are forming here for render. And then we, of course, got Solana here. And Solana, is it pumping into breakpoint? Kind of. We've got rejection at the 200 EMA on the 4 hour. For me, this is not a swing trade. This is probably just accumulation here, and we're getting rejected at the 200 EMA on the daily. So for me, probably this is accumulation. A break above this and a retest here at 139. Yes, you could get in the swing trade, but you might get paused here at 145. But that could be a nice little trade there from 139 to 145. And of course, we could break above that retest and keep going. So for Solana right now, I'm looking for this to break and retest. And then there's an entry there on Solana, almost there. Then we have SUI. And so SUI here, we're looking for a retest of, no, so for those of you who aren't in the trade, that you should be in the trade, we've got inverse head and shoulders here. I've given this trade now for a long time to get in on the SUI trade and to get on board with that. Just having a look on the 4 hour, certainly coming back to this ribbon support here. This is a possible entry. This is a very aggressive entry. Could re-enter at $1, but certainly we could come back and retest this all the way down here at 89 cents, the 200 EMA on the 4 hour. And this is a good little value zone area here. If you are less aggressive and just want to be patient and see if it will come down to here in between 87 83 and maybe all the way down to about 79. So about 77 through to 87, I would be loading up on more SUI here for a hodl trade and even for a swing trade there. And then on the daily, if we look at SUI here, we're looking at the 200 EMA possible. That's a possible entry. So come back, retest that, get in the trade, and then go. For those of you who took profit up around this area, which is great if you did. Certainly there, as you can see, the reason that it didn't get past there is we kind of broke down from here. But this is an area here that I'm looking. But certainly on my cheat sheet, I do have dollar for profit. So I do encourage you that if you're up enough and you're up a good amount on SUI, that $1 is a good place. As you can see, this has been a great place so far to take some profits again. And all right, and then last of all, we're going to look at Potenza Tau. What a killer trade this has absolutely been. We've absolutely smashed it on this one. I gave you the entry. The first entries were all the way down here, and then I gave you more entries here. You could have rode, taken profit, and actually we gave all these trades on YouTube and on the Discord right up to there. We took profit. We got back in the trade. We took some profits here. We got back in the trade. We took some profits here. We got back in the trade, and I've been urging accumulation for those that got in the trade, and it popped all the way up there, I believe, to what did we get up to there? About 326, and I took some profit. I didn't. Sometimes it just doesn't make it there. You can see there's an order block even just before that. Certainly it could come up to 330, but I'm not going to squibble about $4. And if we, in the meantime, we do come back here, then I can get back in the trade and take profit again. And that's why I did that. I'm not going to be all antsy about being right on the dollar at 330. You don't have to take profit at 330. You can take it at 329, 331, 325. Shoot, you could have taken it down here at wherever you want to take profit, wherever you feel comfortable taking profit. And if you're still in the trade, you can just keep taking profit all the way up as you go. And if you're in your hodl bag and you've been accumulating, you can take some profits off the table, of course. But, look, while we're under the 200 EMA on the daily, I do feel Tau is good value. And in the long run, I do see this doing a 10x and getting to 3,000. And so whether you buy it at 315, 325, or 300, will it matter when you get to 3,000? Sure, you would have bought some more Tau if you buy it cheaper. But certainly, we've got the buy signal on the daily on the Lux algo. That is absolutely huge. But certainly Tau is one of my big positions for this bull run. And I certainly think, look at just the money you can make here. Up, down, up again. This is where I'm taking profits. We come down, I'll get back in the trade, and I'll just keep trading this until we get a breakout. And this is why my multi-portfolio strategy. I do encourage you to check out my life-changing gains series and check out all those videos there. And so I wanted to make sure you're well set up for today and for tomorrow, and for the entire weekend for your altcoin trades in case some of these take off, to get all these entries and some take profit levels there. And so, as always, check out my stock show tomorrow coming up on Sunday. If you're in England, it will still be Sunday, but it'll just be Sunday night in England because you're ahead. That's, I know, probably a terrible English accent there. But certainly, as always, until the next one, happy trading.